everyone! So today I'm going to be doing a video that was requested by Monkeys Love Danny. She wanted to know if I had ever cheated on tests because, you know, of my dyslexia. I don't know that it's particularly because of my dyslexia. I think it was kind of a side effect, but yeah. I mean, it depends. I didn't think of it as cheating when I did it, but now that I'm older, I think of it as cheating. And it's kind of odd because, you know, we don't talk about cheating, you know, as a culture. It's, if you talk about, you know, cheating to a kid, if you ask them if they've ever cheated, you're implying that they need to cheat to do that well in the class, which of course is awful to do. And if you talk about it yourself, about your own experiences, you're kind of putting your academic career in a bit of a tough spot. Now, I feel like this is long enough ago that I can talk about it without it being an issue. It was when I was really young, so I'm not too worried about that, and I'm sure you guys aren't gonna, you know, I don't really know what the repercussions would be since it was years and years ago. But, so, anyways, have I cheated on a test? Yeah, I see it now as that. When I was younger, I had really bad test anxiety, I guess is what you would call it. I felt really anxious about tests, yeah, test anxiety, and I didn't really have very high beliefs in my own abilities. Even though I would study and, you know, read all the stuff and do all the homework, when it came to tests, I didn't see myself as being able to do well in testing situations. So it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, although I didn't do too poorly. But when I would take tests, I had such anxiety and I had such low beliefs in myself. Like if it was, say, a multiple choice test, I only ever really cheated with multiple choice tests because, you know, you can glance really quickly. Don't do this, but it's true, you can. And I would kind of glance over at the person next to me, you know, their paper, and see what they got for the question that I had just answered. I wouldn't change it or anything. I would leave my answer the same, but I would kind of internalize or have this kind of inner monologue, I guess, I don't know, where if they had the same answer as me, I'd be like, okay, you know, logically, there's not as much of a chance that they would have the same answer as you. If it was wrong, they probably studied pretty hard. It's not as likely that it would be two people getting the exact same wrong answer. You're probably good. It's probably the correct answer. And if I got a different answer than what they had, instead of thinking to myself that maybe I had been the one with the right answer, I would kind of think of it as, oh, you know, I probably got this answer wrong. I guess I'm just going to miss this one on the test. They probably got it right. You know, I wouldn't think of it as me being possibly the one having the correct answer, and I kind of feel kind of like, oh man, I should have known that. But I wouldn't change it even if I, you know, was kind of tempted to, just because, I don't know, I felt really guilty about it. But I was still looking at other people's answers, so it's still cheating to some extent, I think. And looking back on this now, that is really unhealthy, like, that I had such terrible self-esteem and terrible self-belief in my own ability with my academic career, like with my studying and all of that, that I thought that, you know, if I had a different answer than anyone, then I was the one that was wrong. And of course, I'm not cheating now. Like, even then I didn't do it. I didn't make a habit of it, thank goodness, because I think that once you kind of start cheating, you feel a little less guilty each time. So I never really made a habit of it. Just when the tests first started becoming really intense. You know, when you get to that age where tests actually become more important instead of just a way to see how you're doing in class, but luckily I got help with my dyslexia, so now I have accommodations when I take tests. So I go to the testing center and I have extra time. And even if I wanted to cheat now, like I had when I was younger, it's not gonna happen because the people next to me obviously aren't taking the same test, so it'd be just silly. And you know, now I have a higher self-esteem, and I believe that I can do the stuff that I need to do to get the grade that I want. And I know that I can get the grade that I want if I do the things necessary, like studying, not cheating. But it is kind of tough when you're a kid, when you're, you know, struggling so much, and you're put in this situation where you have kids right next to you that are taking the exact same tests, and it's very tempting to kind of just glance over, and maybe some kids change their answers, some don't, but you know, to have that reassurance, I think, was what I really did it for. You know, because I felt so unsure in myself. But yeah, cheating is definitely an issue, and I'd love to hear your guys' stories. Obviously, YouTube, for the most part, unless you're putting up a video, is anonymous. So if you guys want to just talk about your cheating and test experiences, if you ever have, what your opinion is on it, I'd love to know, especially for dyslexic kids, because, I mean, it's not a fine line, like, it's not like a gray area, but at the same time, there's such pressure put on you, and I think it's quite common for kids with learning disabilities or with low self-esteem to kind of rationalize it. And yeah, I'd be interested to hear your guys' opinions. Also, I'm terrible with coming up with ideas for videos, so if you guys want any specific topics covered that I might not think of, please tell me in the comments, or you can message me or whatever, and I'll eventually get around to making a video about it. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys more often this summer. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!